All right, before the year ends, call this an incomplete list of all my failures from this year. See, I'm not generally a measuring life in years kind of guy. I think as I grow up, I become more of a measuring life in milestones kind of guy. But I feel like 2023 was a particularly remarkable year for me in terms of growth and also terms of the kind of failure I saw, and I want to talk about it. All right, so this is the first one. I think I applied to this in 2022. I went up to the interview stage and I did not get selected to be one of the final fellows. I had really seen myself working as an educator, creating a climate conscious classroom, which I am. I'm not doing that, but I had seen this fellowship as an opportunity to be able to do that with more underprivileged kids, and that's something that I had been feeling very strongly about. And when I didn't get selected to this, I was bummed. But I think when I look at it now in retrospect, yeah, I am a noob when it comes to open source practices, especially computer languages and whatnot, right? So yeah, I think this is still something that I can work on, and I hope that I'll be able to build my expertise in this whole tech landscape so that I can be a better educator and a better climate advocate. This is rejection number 2. Me and a colleague of mine, a friend of mine, we actually had this aspiration to start giving back to the teachers community everything that we'd learned as educators. So we wanted to talk about environment education, outdoor learning, progressive education practices, and teaching tips and whatnot. And we wrote this article. We wanted to do this on a monthly basis, but the first article we wrote, I guess, you can see our ambitious thought now in retrospect. But we wrote this article and we sent it to newspapers, and we didn't hear back from most of them. And when we heard back, it would generally be a rejection. And we actually talked to an editor and asked the editor if this was an article worthy of a newspaper publishing, and the editor said yes. And then when we asked the editor if they would be willing to publish it in their newspaper, and then we did not get a response. So this, I think, got us thinking about two things. One of them is, what are the things that the media houses generally care about, right? So sensationalized news and whatnot, right? And the other thing probably is that perhaps this is not the right platform for us. And when you think about it, a few months later, I had a TikTok channel where I had 20,000 followers, and thousands of whom were teachers who were listening to the tips that I was giving to them, which was a success, I guess. This is rejection number 3. This is from a writing contest that I applied to earlier this year. I have been applying to writing contests for a long time. I think going all the way back to my teenage years or even earlier, ever since I first started writing. And my friends who know me know that I derive a certain thrill from sending my work to be judged by people. And I think there is an underlying seeking for validation that plays a big role in that. I think I've always associated my being successful as a writer to being validated by a writing contest, or being a best-selling or having a best-selling work, or having a viral video or whatnot. And I think that's where I've gone wrong. You see, when I look back at what I'd sent to writing contests or what I've written like 10 years ago, I have always cringed badly. But when I look back at things I wrote 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I actually like them. So the other day I was looking at this story that me and my friend were working on. It was it was about Batman, but in Kathmandu. So we were trying to reimagine the whole story, and though we left it halfway, we wrote like 3 chapters and stopped it, but I go back to it and I love it. So if 28-year-old Rupesh loves what 24-year-old Rupesh wrote, I think that is success as a writer. So I think I need to reevaluate my whole idea of success as a writer, and that's what I've been doing. And frankly, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable with who I am as a writer and what stories I want to tell and what do I want to do. And I think that gives me a space to keep reinventing myself, right? Yeah. The fourth one, this is the latest. This actually had me feeling terrible for around 3 days afterwards. I go through this phase after each of these rejections where I find no sense in things. I find no purpose in things. I did not really follow an academic career pathway like other people. So I did not experience academic success, or success that comes in terms of certificates and stuff like that, right? So I've always associated my growth in terms of these opportunities that I grab, and what I learn from it, and how I grow out of it, how I grow from them, not out of them, but through them. And when I get rejected from opportunities like these, it makes me feel like I'm stuck. It makes me feel like I cannot grow. But I suppose now that I look back at it, and now that I'm a little emotionally detached from this rejection, which I'm not that much, I think the only thing that I can think of is I feel resilient. I feel like I'm going to apply to these things over and over again, or more of these opportunities. And I really want to grow as a leader. Because for a large part of my young life, and even my adult life, I thought I was not a leader. I thought being a leader was not my thing. But now I can finally see what my leadership style is, and how I can help people, how my work can make a tiny change, if that's what it is, and I really want to work towards it. I really want to give back what I can. I want to be a part of the ecosystem, and yeah. So I'm not really that. I think these rejections have taught me a lot of things. This was a long video. If you've stayed until this point, thank you so much. You're a true friend. And hope this helps you if you're stuck with some rejection, and if you are struggling to find a way for yourself.